The crypto bull run is not started yet. It's going to happen in 2024. My Bitcoin price prediction of $12,000 still stands. What you're witnessing right now is a bear market rally. I know it's stirring that FOMO sensation, but maintain discipline because this is a trap. I'm making this video because I don't want you to get baited into this dead cat bounce because emotions and FOMO are a powerful thing. So I want you to know this. I like crypto. I like Bitcoin. I believe that in the next bull run, there's going to be a lot of money to be made. There's going to be a lot of new millionaires minted. But if you've limited money and you're trying to turn a small amount of money into a large amount of money, then you cannot screw up your entry points. Now here's the good parts. The bull run starts in 2024, and I'll tell you why. Bitcoin halving is in the first half of 2024. At that time, we'll have basic economics working in our favor, supply and demand imbalance from the halving. It's not going to happen on that day on the halving events because of the lag effect. In 2024, we'll have a recovering economy, which is good for the markets. The Federal Reserve will bring back quantitative easing. The money printers will be turned back on, and money will rotate back into risk on assets. QE, so quantitative easing will weaken the dollar. That's going to be a tailwind for cryptos, and this is going to be the perfect recipe to launch Bitcoin and cryptos into the next bull run. If you don't know what is Bitcoin halving, here's the explanation. Bitcoin halving is an event that happens every 210,000 blocks that are mined in the Bitcoin network. The mining process is how new Bitcoins are created and transactions are verified on the blockchain. During the halving, the reward that miners receive for mining a block is reduced by half. For example, if the reward for mining a block is currently 12.5 Bitcoins, it'll be reduced to 6.25 Bitcoins after the halving. This means that the supply of new Bitcoins being added to the network is reduced, which can lead to a decrease in the overall supply of Bitcoins over time. The halving is an important feature of the Bitcoin protocol because it's designed to control inflation and ensure that the supply of Bitcoins is limited. By reducing the reward for mining, it helps prevent too many new Bitcoins from entering circulation too quickly. If you've experienced the previous cycles, you may comprehend my forthcoming statement. Based on historical evidence, the commencement of a crypto bull run typically occurs after halving event. But this time is not an exception. However, the start of the bull run will not be immediate, but it's likely to take place a few months after the halving. If your mindset is that the current Bitcoin price is satisfactory and you can purchase it now and hold it until the next bull run, then I concur that you will manage to do reasonably well. Nevertheless, I would advise you to aim for maximizing your profits and achieve great returns instead of just being content with okay returns. It'd be best if you're patient. If you're content with average results and okay with crypto, then this video may not be suitable for you. My desired entry point for Bitcoin remains unchanged. I've set my target range for Bitcoin between its low and high ends, with the high end being $12,000. Hence, I plan to initiate my purchase at $12,000, and if its price falls further, I'll average down my purchase price. Once I've acquired the asset, I intend to hold on to it until the next bull run. As a result, I will not pay $30,000 per Bitcoin as it's impractical. There's a possibility that the current bear market rally may continue for some time, but I cannot forecast its short-term volatility leading up to the FOMC meeting on May 3rd. However, I believe that there's more downside pain to come in the midterm, owing to increased clarity in the market. I'd like to note that at the time of creating this video, Bitcoin is currently priced at $30,000 due to this rally. If you're uncertain of what you're doing, I would advise against shorting Bitcoin. Here's my perspective on the matter. The United States, Europe, and other developed countries have grown accustomed to a low interest rate environment where the rates are at or close to zero, resulting in negative real interest rates. This creates a favorable climate for cryptocurrencies due to the exaggerated risk on environment. However, this environment is collapsing at an alarming rate, and while it will eventually recover, it won't happen anytime soon. Currently, we're still on a risk-on environment, although it's not as strong as in 2020 or 2021. Capital is moving out of risk-off investments, and we're experiencing a high interest rate environment that'll harm the economy. The United States will experience difficulties, and Europe will be in worse shape. China is still attempting to get back on its feet, and the Fed funds rates will increase slightly this year, possibly by 25 basis points. However, what will cause the most harm is that the interest rates will remain high for a prolonged period, possibly 6 to 12 months. The market anticipates that the Federal Reserve will cut interest rates soon, although the Fed predicts it'll happen in 2024. However, regardless of the time frame, whether it's 6 months, 15 months, or somewhere in between, the economy is expected to suffer. I'll say there's a 99% chance of this happening, as economic models suggest it's highly probable, although I want to leave room for the possibility of a miracle, such as a soft landing. As the economy deteriorates, with slowing GDP, rising unemployment, and increased bankruptcies making headlines, the stock and cryptocurrency markets will be impacted. The Dow Jones, S&P, and NASDAQ will all decline. Although the NASDAQ has already been hit the hardest, it'll continue to experience the most significant downturn. The NASDAQ will be the most closely correlated with the cryptocurrency market, and in addition to the real economy declining, it's worth noting that the Federal Reserve is implementing quantitative tightening. In 2020, the real economy suffered, but the Fed prevented the stock market from collapsing and pumped trillions of dollars into the economy, inflating the cryptocurrency market in the process. Some of this excess money flowed into the crypto markets. However, in 2023, the Federal Reserve won't be able to turn their money printers back on as they risk exacerbating inflation. The Federal Reserve is not expected to inflate the cryptocurrency market through money printing in 2023, but they may attempt to mitigate the situation with a Fed pivot using interest rates. Currently, the Federal Reserve's quantitative tightening is acting as a hindrance to the markets, particularly for risk-on assets. In the next 6 months, 3 things are expected. First, the economic situation will worsen. Second, no help from the Federal Reserve is anticipated in terms of quantitative easing. And third, both the stock market and the cryptocurrency market will continue to decline. The current upswing is believed to be a typical bear market rally or a dead cat bounce. Many individuals may have the question of which altcoins to invest in for the upcoming bull run, so I'd like to provide my input. Personally, I recommend that when Bitcoin drops to $12,000 or lower, it's an optimal time to start the HODL phase with Bitcoin. If Bitcoin falls below $12,000, it's likely to hold up better than most altcoins. Altcoins have a higher beta compared to Bitcoin, so they'll get hit harder from a percentage standpoint. However, when the bull run begins, it'd be the optimal time to switch a portion or all of your Bitcoin for altcoins. Altcoins have a higher beta in a bull market, which means you could potentially do 30 times, 50 times, or even 100 times. But keep in mind, this is not a get-rich-quick scheme. You need to play your cards right and be patient for at least 2 to 3 years. There's a lot of time for you to get emotional and make mistakes, so be cautious. If you like this information and you want content on cryptos and stocks and overall economy, then please subscribe. Thanks for watching. Until next time.